We begin where he left off. In Batman Knightfall Volume 1, Batman was defeated. But instead of Bane killing him, he decides to let his suffering go longer by just simply raking him. He goes on top of a rooftop and proclaims to a crowd of people that he has won. Gotham is now his. Batman is now broken. He throws Bruce to the crowd. Bruce, thankfully, is able to make it to the Batcave without anyone knowing who he really is, thanks to Jean-Paul Valley and Alfred. He, starts to, wake up because he was, comatose for a while, and he tells Tim this isn't his fault because Tim, in the story, is blaming himself. He feels like he should have been there. This is all his fault. Bruce tells him it wasn't his fault. When Bruce wakes up, he just, he's really depressed. And he knows that, Bane cannot, control Gotham, but he can't do a thing about it. So he decides that someone else must become Batman. But instead of Dick Grayson, he got Azrael. Tim's not really excited for Jean-Paul Valley being Batman, but, he doesn't go against Bruce's wishes. And when Jean-Paul finally gets the costume, we see that he's a more brutal version of Batman. He's more brutal. He's actually willing to kill. He actually attempts killing people several times. This is mostly because of the system that, as I talked about in Batman, Sword of Azrael, Jean-Paul Valley went through something called the system when he was a little boy. So he goes a little crazy in the story. So much that the system actually starts building him a new batsuit that you can see right here in the cover. The story is still really good. It's not as good as the first volume, but I still really enjoyed it. The artwork, once again, always shifts to good to bad. The worst thing is, though, in some issues, Jean-Paul Valley is dressed like a blonde Bruce Wayne. That's why Bruce showed him, because he looks a lot like him. I don't know why. It just looks a little weird. I really like how, Bane Dren, as always, he's a really good character. He knows that this Batman is clearly not Bruce Wayne. He even proclaims it to the crowd of people in the final part of the story where he actually fights Jean-Paul in the new Batsuit. Robin is, really depressed, and he doesn't like that Jean-Paul's in there, in the costume. He still blames himself for some reason, but Nightwing then tells him, snap out of it, this wasn't your fault. Then we have Nightwing, and he kind of sums up more than I do. Then why did Bruce just choose Nightwing? Nightwing actually says he would have gladly been on the mantle. He understands it. He can't, he has to be in this mantle. I can still understand why Bruce didn't do it, but I can still say that, yeah, Nightwing would have been a much better choice. The story is really good. I enjoy each story. I really recommend this to anyone who's a fan of the As-Bats Batman, and, if you're just a full-blown Batman fan. This is a really good story. This video really does have to be rushed, because, I really do have this new camera now, so, that's one of the new changes in my videos. So that's all I gotta say. Next time, the conclusion.